Okay, well, unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see any of the past 9 days because unfortunately there was a problem with my recording that I did not notice until just now. Believe me, you're more not thrilled than I am. Or maybe you are thrilled. I don't know. This is Green Project. It was made by one or two people. They don't really update this game anymore. They say they're working on a 3D colony sim that involves stuff a lot like this. It'll be out sometime 2023. Or at least that's what they said on Steam. I don't know. I apparently have this tendency to like games that everybody abandons for some reason. You play as Leon or Leona. You didn't get to see that screen, but you can pick from either gender. And this is a farm game. You make your own crops in order to survive in the polluted wasteland. If things had gone the way they were supposed to, you would have seen me collect the refinery from the abandoned town, which is over on the other corner of the map. But that didn't work, so you don't get to see that. Basically, you fall from the sky in what is presumably a USA flight capsule. This is the map. I have no idea what this area is. Don't think I've ever been down there, actually. This little arrow here, that's you. This secret cave has like a science thingy in it. E equals MC squared is like this crazy scientist guy. There's like a former shopping center that you can crack into down below here. There's like a town with a refinery or a research facility or something like that where you get this little machine from. You pop things into this machine, it burrs with them for a bit. Machine go burr, outcrop other important stuff. The little leaf symbol up there in the corner, that is your biodiversity rating. This game is about bringing balance back to nature. Well, sort of. A lot of people would look at it and say it just looks like this is your number of trees. The number of trees does not necessarily correlate to biodiversity. There are 4 kinds of trees, as you can see lined up here. And I have some sprinkled about. The bubbles are toxic, and they will kill you if you so much as slightly touch them. Really hard to not do. Really hard to not do. I cannot tell you how many times I've just been out gathering stuff and, like, I die and lose all progression because I just narrowly brushed the edge of the map. Which I may or may not have done a minute ago, which told me that everything I did broke. Ugh. Anyway, over here, cleared a path through the gunk out to the town, found some stuff. That well over there recharges every time it rains. You attract worms and bugs. You can hunt those and eat them. It's not really worth it. But as your biodiversity goes up, the land gets better, you start attracting more creatures, and stuff and junk and fish. You are essentially the last person alive, which I don't really believe is supposed to be the case. I mean, they're making a colony sim, so I'd wager there's more than one way to skin a cat, shall we say. You equip pliers in order to move things out in the world. Your pickaxe, which you can only get from the time you get into town, unless you make one yourself, you can do that. The pick comes from the same place the pick comes from the same place the refinery machine comes from. So, you know, been there, done that. A lot of stuff got lost in those 9 days. Just gonna build me another box, cause inventory management is a thing in this game. It can get sometimes quite frustrating. Just gonna put it here next to my other one. I'm gonna take this water collector and put it next to my other one. I covered Green Project some time ago when I tried to do a Let's Play. I got fairly far into the game, and then I got hit by a fungus. And that fungus was like taking over my farm, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. And like, you know, I went and read the wiki and everything, and it turns out the wiki was wrong. But I've since been told how to deal with it, yada yada yada. And I was going around trying to collect doodads on the farm when I accidentally got too close to the bubbles and died. So, let's try not to do that again. The last Will and Testament, which I did cover in my last go-through of this, there's a guy who was old and tired, and then he hung himself and requests you make his body into fertilizer for your farm. He says, "Welcome, stranger. I've written my last will and testament on the wall beyond the fence. Now that I can't donate my body to science, feel free to throw what's left of me in a composter. I've always prided myself on being useful and would hate to fall short now." So, you didn't get to see that, but he hung himself. and you throw them in a composter. Using what strength I would better serve for me staying alive, I prefer to leave a wise mores, sharing what little wisdom I have left for whatever poor schmuck stumbles upon my rotting corpse. If you were reading this, you must be an angel fallen from the sky. Now, I don't know about angel, but yeah, you did fall from the sky, as there is no one left alive down here but me. With a colony sim in the works from the same people, I doubt you are. We have destroyed this world, poisoning the blue sky above with our passion for destruction and aptitude for exploitation. Whoever you are, I owe you this. At least you might survive a day or two longer in this world we've made. For those of you that don't know, I'm not really, into the idea that humanity just destroys everything it touches. I'm really not. I'm not one of those all people are evil. I'm not one of those everyone is bad kind of people. Or at least I try not to be. So that's what they're saying, not me. It would seem Mother Nature has had enough of our meddling and our desperate attempts to correct our past mistakes. Without consciousness, without hate, without premeditation, she has been a witch in her way, more effective in one act than all of our petty projects put together. This fungus, this blight, has birthed another species, and now it infects and poisons man as surely as we infected and poisoned the earth. Boil your food and water, eat nothing uncooked, you might stand a chance. Mother Nature has pulled back the curtain on our sham, revealing our arrogance. You are but a speck among the dust. Watch closely for the broom. Beware the fungus and not walk upon it. The fungus, of course, being the bubbles in the background, which even your character refers to as bubbles for if you get too infected or irradiated, the little bio symbol in the corner there next to your health. The character will say he's being possessed by bubbles. So, yeah, it's all the same thing. The bubbles are apparently mushrooms. Planting trees makes it recede, but I'm too tired for all of that now. If you have strength, go and explore. There was an old man once who played the scientist with mutagens and feasted upon strange insects of his own creation. Perhaps the oddities will suit you. Seek him out if you dare. Perhaps his machinations have turned him into a monster, so beware lest he eat you. Here you find your inheritance, the legacy of all mankind. And that's where he hangs himself. So, our job in this game is to restore the Earth's natural balance away from this fungus, which I hopefully know how to fight now. The game is a bit clunky, for as much as I like it. It is a bit clunky. So, over here's the quarry, as I like to call it, because a lot of rocks pop up. A lot of rocks you pick at with your pickaxe. No, rocks. Sand. Rock salt, which is of course rocks. And an acorn, which is a type of tree. I don't know what that is. I was guessing that's like a patch of clay or whatever. I don't know. So I got back on this because I was talking to somebody and they're like, you play a lot of video games, a lot of violent video games, and a lot of video games where you play the bad guy. And I'm like, well, let's not go into the whole argument I gave about that. But this is my response to that. I'll start here. This will be episode 1, as long as nothing fouls anything else up for the rest of the day. And, yeah. I'll see what I can do with my newfound knowledge, quote unquote.